Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to do another one of my behind the Instagram series. So I've been getting mixed reviews on this type of video. I've gotten a couple of people saying that they are boring and stop doing them. However, when I upload a picture of my clients on Instagram, I keep getting requested to do another video on these. So the last one that I've posted got so many requests, more than any picture I've ever posted of a client. So I figured that I would do at least another one. So here it is. So if you don't like these type of videos, I'll see you in the next one. And for those of you that do want to know how to go from this to this, stay tuned. So as you can see, this is a pretty dramatic change, so I could see why people would want me to do a video on this. But more than anything, I was really excited to do this one because this one, even though it looks so drastic and it was a lot of work, technically it's only 3 steps, and I figured that for someone that maybe is in this kind of situation and could probably like do this at home. So that's why I was really excited to do this one. So let's just get started. I really apologize for not having any footage of this one, but this was a first-time client, obviously, and when I saw her hair, I knew that I needed every last bit of minute with her, and I didn't want to spend 5 or 10 minutes, setting up stuff in order to get footage, and then eventually it was like everyone wanted to see it. So just know that I was a little crunched for time. And obviously, client is always the most important thing when they're in front of you, so I wanted to dedicate even those last 3 minutes to her. So that is why I don't have any footage, but it's pretty straightforward that I can explain to you, and hopefully if you watch a few of my videos, you will know what I'm talking about. Okay, so as you can see, she came in with a very drastic, very blunt-lined balayage. It was so blunt that there was no way that you could even soften it by curling it or anything like that. It was just extremely blunt, and the color and tone of the blonde was off. So basically there was at least those 2 things that we needed to fix. My first and main objective when looking at her hair was to soften up that line. So what I did was, from her roots to where it met her, kind of orangey blonde, I went in and painted a balayage. So we wanted it to keep it soft. We didn't want it like a highlight, or we didn't want it solid at the root. So I just went all over to like basically where a partial highlight would end, and I painted a balayage all over that. We let that process for about 20-25 minutes, and then I went in with a high lift and avoided the root and just kind of stepped out a little bit of that root, and then did a high lift because we wanted a lot of lift. There was such a huge level difference from the blonde to her dark base that we really needed to break that up. So I used a Pearl High Lift by Blonde Idol on all the areas that were not foiled and balayaged. So then about 10 minutes later, then I went into the root and added a 9 ash. So just to give it, of course, you still need a little bit of that bump. You don't want her natural roots to not have any color on it, but we don't need something as strong as the high lift. If you were to put a high lift on the root and all the way down at the root, you would have a very orangey stripe, which is called hot roots, which is not cute. And definitely want to avoid that. So you need to use something with a lower strength at the root. So basically a 9 ash at the root, then about ½ an inch lower than we did the high lift. And then all the other pieces we balayaged. So when that last step, being the root, was done processing, her whole hair was ready to be shampooed, then I did an ash toner. And for her toner, I used a 9T by Shades EQ, with 1 ounce of crystal clear and 2 ounces of processing solution. With using the Olaplex treatment and then doing the step 2, which is basically a deep conditioning treatment done at the bowl, once the lightening and color is done, her hair felt more amazing and so much softer than it did when she came in. That is the beauty of using the right products. You can definitely lighten, and you can definitely have your dream hair while still being shiny and healthy. So her hair absolutely felt like silk. I think you can see in the picture that it just looks so shiny. And when she came in, it really just did look dull. And it had been bleached to its maximum capacity, and that's totally not the case. So definitely if you're going lighter and going blonde, make sure to use the right products. Make sure to be patient. It may take more than 1 appointment, most likely, especially if you are naturally brunette. But it's so worth it to invest that money and to do it correctly and to be patient, because you will be left with the most gorgeous hair So you always want to look like a natural blonde, like I could have been born with this hair, not it's completely orange and, you know, nature did not give me this. So just do your research, find someone good to do it, or do enough research where you would know how to do it yourself. But like I said, just patience is key when being blonde. So for those of you still watching, thank you so much for being here. Please click subscribe if you haven't. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.